Hello, this is Steve Saunders. I wanted to share with you some simple rules on making decisions when you want to move. So this class is called Smart Move. SMART stands for Simple Mathematical Analytics Relative to. So making the decision of where to move consists of subjective and objective factors. First, for the subjective factors, this is the ones that we looked at, Lynn and I, and they included outdoor activities such as hiking and biking. And then we went to healthy living, then multiple streams of income, charming small town, neighborhood factors, friendly, walkable, that type of thing, healthcare, and then climate. We wanted a 4-season climate. Again, these are completely subjective to you. So we used a very simple relocation assessment model. This one's from the University of North Carolina in Asheville. It allows you to identify your requirements, you weight these requirements, then you expand your search, you rate on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being best, and then you simply score each area. So what we do is you want to do city 1 is the town that you're currently living in, so that's your baseline. Okay, and I'll give you an example here. You definitely want to fill this separately from your significant other so you can compare the scores. So this is the sheet that Lynn and I used, not the first version, but the second version. So when we narrowed down the towns that we wanted to live in, this was the final version of where we decided to move. So the top was Geneva, Illinois, first column, our baseline. Second was Black Mountain, North Carolina, and third was Lake Erie in South Carolina. Again, we scored them. You can see that they're weighted, like the activities were weighted at 20%. Some of these other things are weighted at 15%, like healthy living and charming small town. And then some are rated at 10%, such as healthcare and climate. So now for the objective factors. These are some of the things that you really want to know. You want to know if the market is over or under the US market. You want to know if this market that you're looking at is moving similarly to the US market. And these are things that you need to look at, and they're really quite simple to do. So the way you find these is you go to the Federal Housing Finance Agency, and they have a spreadsheet with pretty much every zip code in the United States with these numbers on them. So you just need to know the zip code of where you're thinking of moving to. It gives you a timely, accurate indication of trends. It doesn't tell you the future, but it definitely tells you what's going on today and in the past. So it's called HPI, Home Price Index. That's what the Federal Housing Finance Agency gives you with their spreadsheet. And here's the basics. It currently tells you what the value of your subject market is versus the United States. That's the relative to section of SMART. And how many different areas compare with each other? How do they compare? That's huge. So these are the three areas we were looking at. Like I said, Geneva, Illinois, where we were from, Black Mountain, North Carolina, and Lake Kiwi, South Carolina. So the thing about HPI, as in the Case-Shiller indexes, is that January 1st of 2000, the index is at 100, just like Case-Shiller. Doesn't mean anything. It's just a number. But these are all at 100. You notice in the top line in the year 2000. As you move along, they go up and down. Obviously, in the Great Recession of 2008 and 9, they went down. And then, of course, they've come back up. This is the graph of those numbers. It's pretty interesting if you look at this. The nation is blue. Inflation, which is important to know, is orange. And it was interesting to see that those two lines crossed in 2010 and 2015. It's pretty interesting. But Geneva, Illinois is red. Yellow on top, or orange, or yellow, I guess it is. That's Black Mountain. And then Lake Kiwi has less transactions happening, so it's a little bit choppier, but that's the green line at the bottom. We chose to buy in Lake Kiwi, and this was one of the factors that we looked at. We liked both Black Mountain and Lake Kiwi, but you can tell when we bought in 2015, there was a significant difference on HPI between the two towns. You don't want to overpay on HPI if you don't have to. So this is Lynn's slide. All this information is good and interesting, but the first thing you must do to make it all work is you must dream. You have to share your dreams. You have to work together with these things because there's a lot of different decisions being made here, both subjective and objective. And this is just one way to make a decision on where you would like to move. Thank you.